Hey guys, it's Kitty, and I'm here for something I've never done on my channel before. I would like to say it's a review, but it's technically a rant, and I feel this is necessary. Like, I've just been torn up about this. It just needs to be done. Like, I figured it's finally time for me to rant about my favorite franchise, Sonic the Hedgehog. Now, I know what you guys are thinking, like, oh my goodness, I don't want to be here for this. Well, I mean, if you're a Sonic fan, you'll probably want to listen, but if you're not, you can just feel free to turn off the video right now. Just want to let you know what you're getting yourself into right now. Anyway, what is there to talk about Sonic, you may ask? Well, there's so much to talk about Sonic the Hedgehog. You know, like the fact that he's dead. Right? Am I right? No? No? Okay. I just want to... I mean, obviously, I'm coming off as triggered if I'm doing a rant about Sonic, so... I mean, why would anyone want to do a rant about Sonic? There's no point to even do anything about Sonic, because he's dead, right? Well, as cool as memes are, I'm just a little tired. Just a little sick and tired of hearing Sonic is dead, Sega's dead, they can't ever do anything right anymore. I mean, look at, like... Just look at the Sonic Forces reactions, and, like, you'll see. Like, I mean, it's mostly just Sonic fans getting mad about basically over nothing. I mean, it's just a trailer. Why are people getting mad over a trailer? I don't understand. And it's like anything negative you see about Sonic, whether it be its fan base or a game that didn't receive well on IGN or Metacritic, just always means that Sonic is dead. And I'm tired of that meme because it's probably been around since 2006. That meme is probably 10 years old now, almost 11 years old. So, like, why am I still hearing it? Anyway, but besides the meme, I've come here just to talk about, you know, Sonic the Hedgehog in my opinion generally. Anyway, I think that Sonic is not dead, and I know it's cool to hate Sonic. I don't know why that's cool. It's cool to love to hate Sonic. It's just the thing. It's the norm now. But I'm a little tired because Sega Sonic Team have made quality Sonic games. So why are we still, like, Sonic Colors received well in 2010. I know Sonic Boom has come out in 2014, and that was kind of a flop. I understand, but I don't think one flop means you're dead. But obviously there's no such thing as making mistakes anymore, am I right? Like, no one can ever make mistakes. But I'm not only here just to talk about, like, the general Sonic games. I'm here to talk about my favorite Sonic game, Sonic Adventure 2, because this has also started happening recently. Ever since 2012, people have been saying Sonic Adventure 2 is, like, either bad, or some people have even gone to say it's the worst Sonic game. Well, I mean, first of all, clearly 06 and Boom don't exist in that world, but, like, clearly, people are willing to take the flaws of, like, just one game that came out in 2001, and just over-exaggerate it to the sky. I mean, come on now. I understand that you may not like the adventure style of playing as basically not Sonic, only not Sonic. You get to play as Tails and a mech, Dr. Eggman. Also get to do treasure hunting with Knuckles and Rouge. I don't see a problem with that. You may say it's nostalgia bias. I say there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, it's a different playstyle, yes, but people aren't complaining that, like, it's too big, or, I mean, people are complaining that. People are, like, complaining about the execution. They're complaining about the concept. Like, it's a bad concept. Why would they ever do that? And some of those people are complaining that even the Sonic stages aren't good because they're too linear. They clearly haven't played Sonic Adventure 1. Yes, like, Sonic Adventure 2, I understand, is, like, the most controversial Sonic game out there, right next to, like, Unleashed in Adventure 1. Like, oh my goodness, Sonic Adventure 2 is, like, you can't enjoy it because the mech shooting stages and the treasure hunting stages, even though that's in Sonic Adventure 1, and people are willing to defend Sonic Adventure 1 over Sonic Adventure 2 even though they're, like, the same game. I don't understand. Like, oh, Sonic Adventure 1 is 10 times better, but it has Big the Cat and Amy, for peek's sake. They are not fun to play as. Like, I feel like Sonic Adventure 1 was really supposed to be just playable as Sonic and maybe Tails and Knuckles, but like everyone else was just kind of shoehorned in. And that's why Sonic Adventure 2 literally does improve on all the flaws of Sonic Adventure 1 by just simply including, like, they basically built a game around 3 different playstyles that were featured in Sonic Adventure 1. And people are like, oh, that makes it inferior. How? The mechs, while they don't control as good as Gamma, control well enough for the level design they were made for. And, like, I honestly enjoy the treasure hunting stages because while, like, stages like Mad Space and Security Hall are really bad, they are, but, like, literally every other stage is fine. They're not, like, most of them aren't too big, and, like, I don't think it's that hard. I think having a little bit of challenge in Sonic Adventure 2's treasure hunting stages is better than basically the game just spoon-feeding you the Master Emerald pieces in Adventure 1. The call literally tells you where the emerald is. There is no challenge in Adventure 1. And people find that better because the game just gives you, like, the win. I don't see that as a game at all, really. No, I just probably should have said this in the beginning of the video. This is clearly my opinion. I mean, I'm ranting. Why would you ever listen to me? But I feel that people... I know it's cool to hate Sonic, but people just, especially for Sonic Adventure 2, just love to tear that up. Even when it doesn't really deserve it. Like, if you don't understand, just, like, go back to, like, before 2012, and people were saying Sonic Adventure 2, maybe even Sonic Adventure 1, were the best Sonic game out there. 3D Sonic game, anyway. And then... after 2012, 2015, people are now saying it's the worst Sonic game out there, like ignoring 2D or 3D. But like, Sonic 06 and Sonic Boom exist. I don't understand. And also there are those people out there who say that, you know, there's no good 3D Sonic game. Oh my goodness. They're ignoring colors. Like, apparently you're willing, those are classic fans who are willing to only look at the flaws of their own favorite games and say, oh, that's fine. But they look at one flaw from the 3D games and like, oh, it's terrible. What happened to, like, taking the good and the bad of a game and still enjoying it as a good game? There's no such thing as that anymore, is it? So I understand that, like, no Sonic game has ever been perfect. Not even Sonic 1, 2, or 3, or CD. Those have flaws in it too. But you don't see people tearing those games up. Why? Because, I mean, it's kind of really hard to, the stigma, like, 3D games just have a stigma now. And I believe it's mostly because of Sonic 06. Guilt by association, pretty much any game up to Sonic Adventure to Shadow the Hedgehog, just really so similar to Sonic 06, and the fact that it's so easy to tear them up just because they're so similar. I know they're not exactly, like, they're not the same, but they have, everything has, like, every part of a 3D Sonic game kinda has a little bit of adventure in it, so I can understand why 2D fans just like to tear up anything. They haven't even seen or played it, but it's easy just to tear it up. It's probably... Sonic is just dead. I don't understand. Like, even with Mania and Forces coming out, and especially Mania, I bet you Mania comes out as a 10 out of 10, some modern fan or Dreamcast fan who says that, and yes, I do kind of hate the people who only like, say, Sonic Colors, or they only love Sonic Heroes or Adventure 1, and they don't play any other game. How can you call yourself a Sonic fan if you've only played one Sonic game and you're only willing to defend that one Sonic game and consider every other Sonic game bad? The fan base is so divided. So the fact that a 2D and a 3D Sonic game are coming out this year, people are gonna get really mad and triggered about that. Like, I don't understand. Even if they do well, people are still going to be mad. Sonic is still dead. Sonic should be sold to another company. Oh my goodness. Sonic should be put out of his misery. Like, some fanboys out there, or the anti-fans who just love to hate Sonic, just remind me of, like, they just... I know they have their own opinion, which is fine, Like, why do they gotta shove their opinion down our throats, our true Sonic fan throats, and making it seem like their opinion is true? Like, I know I'm over here ranting about my opinion, but I understand that you can completely disagree with me if you want to. You can hate Sonic, you can hate Sonic Adventure 2, you can hate anything. I'm not gonna tell you to like Sonic, I'm not trying to convince you. But I just want people to know my opinion. And the anti-fans and even some of the some of the bad people of the Sonic fanbase are just willing to tell you to shut up and listen to my opinion, because Sonic is clearly dead, and Sonic Adventure 2 was never a good game. Like, and then some people that tear me up on the inside are the people who are willing to defend Sonic Adventure 1, but not Sonic Adventure 2. Did I not just mention it's the same game? And the whole Dreamcast version is superior to the GameCube version and the PlayStation 3 version. But like, the Sonic Adventure 1 Dreamcast version is like, oh my goodness, it has loading times. And you can't skip the cutscenes. You have to watch the same cutscenes 4 times. That's 4 times. At least you don't have to watch similar cutscenes. We do have to watch some in Sonic Adventure 2, but I'd rather watch something less than more. And people like to say that Sonic Adventure is the whole reason why Sega, Sonic Team just... Sonic Adventure 1 is like, oh, the death of Sonic. Ugh, that opinion. It's just... Like I said, keep your opinions to yourself, I guess? No, let's all just broadcast your own rants. Like, why would you ever need to tell me my opinion? Why do I need to tell you your opinion? Why would you ever need to talk about Sonic being good? How dare you tell me that? Let me tell you about those people, those classic fanboys, who hate, like, 3D Sonic games, even if they are good. And they just refuse to play them. Like, I've only played, like, someone who would say I only played Sonic 3, 1 and 2. And they hate the fact that Sonic has green eyes, or that Sonic Boom, Sonic has blue arms. You've ruined my Sonic design, so now it's ruined forever. You've ruined Sonic for me forever. They need to go back to Chibi. But, I mean, those people are clearly stuck in the past. Like, I'd argue they're more stuck in the past than the Dreamcast fans. I mean, I know Sega, Sonic Team are probably going to make, like, with Sonic Mania, they're gonna have people make 2D Sonic just to make the classic fanboys happy. But, I mean, is it really a 2D Sonic game, though? If they just shoehorn... I don't want to say shoehorned in, but... I feel like, why do they keep bringing classic Sonic back? I'm not saying there's a problem with that, but... I feel like they're really just trying to please the classic fanboys, because, like, how many 2D Sonic games do you see come out as frequently as 3D Sonic games? I mean, I think they just do it because they just, we just gotta get some money from those people who are just the classic fanboys. I guess I should fairly mention the Dreamcast fanboys, too, who only look at Sonic Adventure 1 and 2, maybe Heroes or Shadow the Hedgehog, and they just, they don't play another game. The fanbase is divided into like 3 sections. A classic, Dreamcast, modern, and each one just only wanting to play their own games. They refuse to accept that there are different variations of Sonic. Now you're probably thinking I'm a Dreamcast fanboy, but I actually love Sonic Colors, I love Sonic 3, love CD. I mean, I practically love every Sonic game except for 06 and Boom, and maybe Secret Rings. I'm still trying to determine if I hate Secret Rings or not, because people consider it a spin-off and not a main Sonic game. But, like, Sonic 06's development team split into 2 just to make, like, Secret Rings. So, I mean, would you consider it a not important game just to ignore it? The motion controls just kind of tear the game for me. I enjoy the effort they put into it, but... I mean, I just feel, maybe you just shouldn't make a game based around motion controls. Maybe that's just me, my opinion. I never really enjoyed motion controls that much. I mean, look at Sonic Free Riders. That I don't know if that's sold well. It's like Sonic Free Riders. How amazing is that game? We gotta play with the Kinect. So when people talk about bad Sonic games, they like to label Adventure 1 and Adventure 2. They're really actually looking at bad games within the cracks. I mean, have you ever heard of Sonic the Hedgehog Genesis? You're probably thinking that's the original Sonic the Hedgehog. Technically it is, but it's for the GBA. And I got that for Christmas one time, and boy did I discover one of my least favorite Sonic games once again. But it's Sonic the Hedgehog 1, kitty, how could you possibly hate that? Well, just by looking at it, you can't really tell how the game is bad. You have to play it. You'll never understand the terror, the true terror I felt playing Green Hill Zone, but like the physics and like the sound engine just don't work well with the Game Boy Advance. Like, oh my goodness. No, it's just my opinion, but I haven't heard anyone ever mention the name Sonic the Hedgehog Genesis GBA version to me. Is it just that terrible we don't ever mention? I've watched people let's play that game, and I've never seen so much rage out of playing a Sonic game. Like, people are just used to Sonic 06 and like Adventure and other questionable Sonic games, but like you play Genesis and they're like, oh, I've never seen such a worse game. Who ever thought you could mess up Sonic the Hedgehog 1? I never thought it was a possibility. They just honestly had to port a Genesis game to a GBA, but they somehow messed that up too. Like, if we're gonna talk about Sonic Team dropping the ball, they really did drop the ball in this game I'm talking about. You really should look it up. Like, there was absolutely no reason they should have messed up a Sonic the Hedgehog 1 port. Like, I don't think I've ever seen games mess up ports like this. Like, maybe, like, even a SNES to a GBA, like Donkey Kong Land probably did a better port than this game. So, I'm just kind of ranting about this. I mean, I've heard a lot of YouTubers, they just kind of played, you know, only the bad games, really, or Sonic Adventure 1, because that's really controversial. No one ever plays the good Sonic games. Whenever we talk about Sonic is dead, we only play Sonic 06. We only play Sonic Boom. We don't ever play any good Sonic games. And people act like Sonic Team can't experiment, like, oh, cause Sonic games are only bad cause Sonic Team wants to try something new. I don't think that's absolutely, you know, the problem, but I don't think going back to the basics is always good either. I mean, look at Sonic the Hedgehog 1 GBA port. And I don't really think Big the Cat, honestly, just gonna say this, I don't think Big the Cat ruined Sonic Adventure 1. Like, I was still able to play Sonic Adventure 1 with Big the Cat near me, but I don't think, I know they don't belong in the game, but I don't think they necessarily ruined the game. It is, like, probably the biggest flaw of Sonic Adventure 1, but I don't think they ruined the game. I mean, I would still consider Sonic Adventure 1 a good game, even Sonic Adventure 2. I know they haven't aged as well, and there's no way they can really compare to, like, say, Sonic 3 or Sonic Colors, but, I mean, has Sonic Colors raised the bar so high that anything below it is now considered a bad Sonic game? Like, oh, this is just the absolute perfect 3D Sonic game. Obviously, Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 are terrible, because they're different. And because they tried something, you know, new, because they were like the first 3D Sonic game. You wanna know, did I not like mention Sonic Unleashed, right? Sonic Unleashed is one of my favorite Sonic games, and I know someone specific person wants me to say that. But I'd like Sonic Unleashed just almost as much as I like Sonic Adventure 2. And You know, people just hate that game because, you know, the Werehog. Werehog's not even that terrible. Sure, he's slowed down, but... And there's fighting, but I don't think the fighting necessarily, you know, makes it an absolute terribly. And people praise the daytime sections like they're god. They're not perfect either. Some of the level design is not really fit for just boost and win. Like, it should have been more like Sonic Colors, which they did improve, but like, I think both stages, the Werehog stages and the regular stages, I think they're kind of equal in my mind. Like, I generally have more trouble playing the daytime stages because they're like, oh, don't boost to win, but you have to boost to win to get the good rank. And yes, I'm a person that goes for good ranks. I'm also a completionist, kind of. Sonic completionist. So, for people who say don't boost to win, but at the same time the game rewards you for boosting to win, at the same time it doesn't reward you in later Sonic stages because, like, in Shamar, where you can't really do that, you're gonna run into stuff, you're gonna fall off pits, boosting to win. So yeah, the level design in Sonic Unleashed isn't necessarily that great, but it doesn't ruin the game for me. I'm still able to enjoy the game. The Werehog doesn't ruin it either. It actually has, you know, more decent platforming parts. I do think it should tone down the fighting, make it less mandatory, but I don't think, like, it ruins it necessarily. So yeah, then I mentioned, like, I can talk about a lot of Sonic games all day, but I'm gonna try to wrap it up here, the rant, that even though that, because Sonic released a few bad games in the year 2006, Sonic 06, also Sonic Genesis came out in 2006, and then recently Boom came out, and I understand that was supposed to be a good game, but it wasn't made for the Wii U's. The engine that was powering the game, I'm not sure what it was supposed to be for it, but this wasn't made for the Wii U. Not sure what happened there, but Sonic Synergy, or whatever the game was supposed to be called. I really feel... I don't know what happened to Sonic 06 either, I just know Sega rushed Sonic Team, but I know that that was supposed to be a great thing too, so... I mean, both games had a lot of potential. People don't look at that, they just see failure. They only look at flaws, they never look at the good things. Even such a feeble Sonic fan as me, I can still enjoy Sonic 06 playing it. Maybe I'll even let's play Sonic Boom for my channel. But yeah, it's cool to, just gonna wrap it up, it's cool to hate Sonic, isn't it now? It's just the thing to do, whether you actually hate Sonic or whether you like to joke around, but I mean, people never talk about the whole problem going down at Capcom and how the Mega Man franchise could possibly be dead. But no, Mega Man's still alive. I mean, look, Mega Man X is gonna be another fighting game. I mean, technically, Sonic is still... I'm not even... I really don't want to see Mega Man die either, but apparently Capcom only, as far as I know, only has plans to release Legacy Collection 2, possibly? I mean, where is Mega Man 11? You can't tell me that's not a dream, like... The classic series was always Capcom's themes, so why don't I see more classic games? I don't think it should be hard to make a classic Mega Man game. And I do think, like, I do like a lot of the X games, even though I haven't played every single one, but I've heard that people like to say X6 is the downfall, but I think X8 looks kind of cool. I might actually play that in Command Mission. But yeah, I haven't seen, like, Capcom release a Mega Man game in a while. That's not a collection. And people don't say Mega Man's dead. Or at least, if they say it, they just only say it once and they don't shove it down my throat. Like, every time we gotta talk about Sonic the Hedgehog. Sonic the Hedgehog's dead. Did you know that, right? Did you know that, Kitty? Sonic the Hedgehog is dead? Did you know that? Did you know that Sonic Adventure 2 was a terrible game? How dare you like it? It's a taboo for liking a game that received an 89% on Metacritic, the Dreamcast version. But then, like, the PS3 or GameCube port received a 50. It's the same game. I mean, I know the graphics are different for Sonic Adventure 1's port, Sonic Adventure DX, but I don't think graphics or shininess of a model ruin the game. It's just the same game. Oh, and let me tell you about those people who say glitches ruin a game. Well, there's plenty of glitches in the classic series, and you don't see me hating that. And I don't necessarily think if a glitch isn't game breaking, then the glitches don't really matter. The number of glitches. Why are you counting glitches? So yeah, I know Sonic the Hedgehog probably can't compare to Super Mario or anything really, because just Sonic 06 has tarnished Sonic's good name. But can we just, give Sonic credit where credit is due? Because whenever people talk about Sonic the Hedgehog, they only like to talk about the bad fan base, or how Sonic Adventure 2 is terrible, and not any other actual bad Sonic game like Sonic 06. And no, we're just gonna talk about the bad things, and how terrible the divided fan base is. We're not gonna talk about people who never give Sonic credit where credit is due, really reinventing speed. For since 1991, Sega actually had Nintendo on their toes. And I know this is classic stuff here I'm talking about, but the fact that Sonic Forces is probably gonna be a good game and people are just hating it because of a trailer, I really feel that I'm really hoping that Sonic Mania and Sonic Forces will do well, so that maybe even if that doesn't matter, because people are still going to hate Sonic regardless, but I really feel people should just give Sonic credit where due is due. And can we stop calling him dead, please? That's what I really want. I know it's a joke, it's a meme, but we all talk about how we hate overused memes, right? And I feel that's definitely an overused meme. Also Sonic Boom was terrible, but we're going to ignore Shattered Crystal, or Fire and Ice. People act like they know how to run a company. Sega needs to release some more classic titles. If Sega doesn't sell as much as anyone, then obviously they must be dead. Because popularity obviously equals death. If you're not popular, you're dead. And I would totally put Sonic Adventure 2 up there with Colors, because yes, while it's not the best 3D game out there, I think it's better than most of the 3D games out there. Would you think it's better than Heroes? Definitely better than Shadow the Hedgehog 06 Secret Rings, I would say Unleashed Colors Adventure 2. I can't really think of any other better 3D Sonic game. I mean, it's just my opinion. But yeah, I really feel, I don't know if Sega will ever get themselves out of this Sonic is Dead pit that they've gotten themselves into with Sonic 06. But whenever that happens, I'll be there to be I told you so. Well, I won't be there. I'll just keep playing Sonic games like I always have. Just gotta get that Nintendo Switch so I can get Sonic Forces and Sonic Mania, and I'll probably Let's Play that if I can get a good capture card. That'd be cool. And if I wasn't just stuck at the bottom with my lazy Roxio game capture. But yeah, this is Kitty. I'm signing off. Just at the 30-minute mark almost. Tell me your opinion on Sonic games. You can comment, tell me that I'm absolutely wrong and your rant is stupid and I hate you or whatever. Well, we're not gonna ad hominem there. No, don't do that. Don't tell you hate me. But you can tell me that my opinion is stupid and say that Mario is obviously superior in every single way and that Sonic 3 is the best Sonic game out there, or you can agree with me. Comment, disagree, agree, like, dislike. I'm not gonna tell you to subscribe because that would be a normie thing or whatever. But anyway, I'm probably gonna play more Sonic. Obviously, I'm going to play more Sonic games soon. So as I figure out when I'm gonna record Sonic Adventure 2, expect that on my channel soon. See you guys later.